All right, Swarup Sarkar, let me bring you in on that point that Sarah Matthews is talking about, that the fear of it being misused. So technically speaking, any law can be misused. But, this entire hashtag marital strike that is doing the rounds on Twitter. Now, there are varied opinions coming in. Many are coming and supporting it. Many are also saying that it is unnecessary because here we are talking about a situation in which rape is criminalized in our country, but a same authority being shown by a husband only because they have tied the legal knot. How fair is that?
Ma'am, I respectfully want to submit the logic they are giving. There is no difference between a married woman and unmarried woman, so law should be applicable both. Our submission, when you are getting married, you are giving a consent and will, not only sexual relationship, you are taking care, your health, your stay, food, cloth, medical care. So when you talk, normally the argument is going on, what was the marriage 100 years before and what is the marriage today? It is the equal partnership. Very well, we welcome. If it is a equal partnership, then what our marriage related law are saying? CRPC 125, even a man have to take the care of a divorced woman. Second thing, in this law, when a wife do the forced sexual relationship against husband consent and will, we have many cases where a husband is tired, he is not doing the evidence, under threat, under the defamations, he have to perform to accommodate the wife's desire or requirement. On that case, we are never told that the wife is a rapist. From the law itself, wife had been already exempted. Nobody can term her a rapist. So this law, this exception was there to make the husband and wife in the equal front under Article 14, equal protection to everyone. Second point, when you are in a relationship, you given a consent, there is a process of withdrawal of the consent. At least you let your husband know that you are withdrawing the consent. For that separation is there and it is not the legal degree. Even in a simple letter also you give to your husband, okay, I am withdrawing my consent due to whatever reason. After that, if husband does anything, then it is a rape. But the problem is, they don't want to explicit the withdrawal of consent, they are not talking, and terming a husband a rapist, it is a very unfair because the rape, it is the fundamental right of Article 21 which destroy. Even you get acquitted also, you will not get a even security job. So this is the situation. We feel it is unfair, injustice to term husband as a rapist. It is an offense which has been taken care by the many law and all over the world. What they are not saying. This exception.
Okay, Mr. Sarkar, I humbly, I want to take this opportunity. I want to take this opportunity to humbly disagree with you on this regard. You are saying it's as easy to just give a divorce, file for a divorce and separate with your husband. One minute, Mr. Sarkar, we are here and I'll be giving equal opportunity and that's why we are having this discussion that everyone should have their point out in the open. Okay, Mr. Sarkar, I just want to make one point before I can also bring in Asha Jomis. The reason why I disagree with you is because giving a divorce is a legal battle in which the wife and the husband can separate on their own terms, whether mutually or otherwise. But if there is a rape in our country, the punishment for rape is imprisonment of not less than 7 years, may extend for life. Imprisonment of not less than 10 years in aggravated situations. Accused shall also be liable to paying fine. Mr. Sarkar, let me bring you in. As Ms. Deshmukh was saying, as Asha Jomis was also mentioning, that if you talk about misuse of a particular law, then it can happen in any law. what we're looking at is probably balancing it out. There are rape cases which are, which turn out to be fake rape cases, just like domestic violence cases, as our panelists have been talking about. Can that only be the one reason why we should not implement or have a law of this nature in our country? Just because it might be misused, is that a reason enough to not even have a situation in which we can...
submission, ma'am. Ma'am, misuse of law is not our submission. Our submission, Article 21 and Article 14. Article 14 say equal protection to every citizen. Article 21 say live, liberty and dignity. In case of marriage relationship, where you restricted the other person and agreed to have a conjugal relation, because I cannot go to the other things, you have to accommodate. Now, on that case, when a person is get termed rapist, after that he get bail or acquitted also, even his liberty, dignity is denied. Article 14, equal protection, we are okay. You make the husband and wife to the spouse and make any law. Unfortunately, those countries you are referring, they had already made the gender neutral law. Even the rapes laws, they have then termed sexual offenders, they do not term rape. So our problem is when you are terming a person with the rapist, with the 10 years punishment, no other countries have. And I would to correct to you, madam, what you are disagreeing. I am saying in the law it is written otherwise. It's not that you have to file a separation or divorce decree into a court. You did the law in 3 separation, it is written otherwise. Otherwise, no, you can simply give a letter also writing, okay, I withdraw my consent. Problem is here, husband don't know wife has consented or not. After 2 years, 3 years, there can be say it was not consented, and other country have the limitations also. This is the point. Misuse is not our point. Our point, Article 14, equal protection, Article 21, live and liberty of the citizen. If man does not have this constitutional right, then remove the men from the constitution. If judiciary is not ready to protect the men's fundamental rights, then let the court say, okay, this judiciary is not for the men. Because when we ask for the gender neutral rape law, they say, please go to the parliament. When we say that make the 498 gender neutral, they say go to the parliament. When we say domestic violence act, they say go to the parliament. When we ask workplace sexual harassment law, 35 countries gender neutral, all over world gender neutral, even they say go to the parliament. But when it comes to exception, you are saying that no, we will do. This is our objection. And I would like to at end.
Okay, I think Sarah Matthews wants to come in, if I'm correct. I'll just let her take that point with you before I also get in Asha Jomis. Mrs. Sarkar, please hold.
It wasn't very clear.
Sarah Matthews, I believe you wanted to... All right, okay. Let me go across to Asha Jomis then. Asha Jomis, you know what Mrs. Sarkar is also talking about, having gender-neutral laws in our country, and probably the social stigma, the societal stigma that gets attached in case such a case turns out to be false in nature. But isn't that applied, or doesn't that apply to much or many of the laws in our country? So what's the way out here? Because he's pressing on the fact that till now we don't have laws which are gender neutral in nature, especially when you talk about rape, or for that matter, even a discussion on marital rape. How do you address that concern that is being raised by Mrs. Sarkar?
If he's particularly pushing for a gender neutral law, I think I would have to agree with it. But